How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Buckland Farm. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Buckland Farm, based on a real-life location in Somerset. 3 farms: cow, sheep, goats." That's the first farm. Second farm, pig. Third farm, horse. Multiple sell points: pub, garden center, industrial park, 75 different size fields, multiple forest, sawmill, UK themed areas, disturbed simulations for use of UK Geos version 5, Oxygen David, grass texture, Oxygen David, custom lighting, Oxygen David, new rye crops, premium expansion DLC crops work, carrots, parsnips, and red beets cross-platform. Animal grazing added: cows and sheep and goats, PC only. Cow capacity up to 500. Gavile DLC pack updated cross-platform. Extra animals added cross-platform. Permissions from Brokima Toys. Yes. Goat's milk cross-platform. Antler 22 modding, alfalfa added. Manure heap added, cows, cross-platform. 4D modding, Erie Agri modding, custom slurry textures. Bullet bill, custom textures, or crop textures. Wheat, canola, barley, oats, Benji FS, maize crop. Some minor adjustments to the map to help with better performance. Some new models designed. Only custom animal husbandries work from Mod Hub with the new animals. There are mods required for this map, starting with the British Farmhouse by MS Modding, the L-shaped vehicle shed by MS Modding, and the vehicle storage with workshop by MS Modding. This map was created by MS Modding and is 724.04 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. Now, you may have already noticed the pretty new colors on this map. Normally, for my map tours, I do not do anything besides base game tours. But because it specifically mentioned the premium expansion, I have those loaded in. As you can see, they're the red beet, carrots, and parsnips on top of the 2 additional crops there, the alfalfa and rye. But the red beets, carrots, and parsnips, those are part of the premium expansion. I specifically wanted to bring those in because of them mentioning it. So let's go ahead and get going. We start out over on this part of the map up towards our main starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands number 1 and number 63, which is the entire periphery of the map. So it's quite a bit of an area. All of this that's kind of highlighted in blue right now. Farmland number 1 is your main starting farm, where you have a single wheat field right here and a whole bunch of grass fields all around your main farm there. Everything from the grass to the wheat is ready to harvest. You are able to purchase the entire map, everything. There's no part that you cannot purchase. So let's go down here. You do have animals to start out with, or at least animal pens and pastures. Contracts are available. You do have production chains to start out with, and there are no collectibles on this map. If we take a look at the mods specific to this map, there's nothing under the buy menu, but if we scroll down here, we will see the premium expansion, but nothing that has the specific card of Buckland Farms. But if we take a look under the build menu, starting with buildings, there's nothing under sheds, but under silos. We scroll all the way to the right, you will see Buckland Farm right there. Nothing under silo extensions, containers, tools, or farmhouses. Whoops, wrong button. Under the production tabs, there is nothing under any of these tabs. Under the animals tab, we take a look, we will see here under cows, we have Buckland Farm. We also have horses, nothing for pigs. For sheep we do, but nothing for chickens, bees, or others. There is nothing under the entire tab for decorations, but under landscaping we do have a couple of additional painting swatches specific to this map. Nothing for trees and nothing for plants. Now we do start out here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at our starting equipment. We go under the buy menu under owned items, starting with small tractors. We have a Fendt favorite 511C, Medium tractors, a Massey Ferguson 7715S. Harvesters, the Claas Tryon 720. Telehandlers, a New Holland TH742 Elite. Cars, the Lizard Pickup 2017. Trailers, the Claas Carrot 140 TD. Header for the Claas. We've got under cultivators, the Kokerling Vector 570. Seeders, a Pottinger Terraceme C6F. Rollers, the Dalbo Power Roll 1230 HD. Mowers, a Pottinger Novacat A10 Crossflow and the Novacat 301 AMED Pro. Balers, we have the Massey Ferguson RB 4160V ProTech. Telehandlers tools, we have the Magsy Universal Bucket and the Bale Fork. Header, header trailer, the Nardi N6035, and weights, the Fendt 3300, and the Adco 2300. And that is all of our starting equipment. Let's go ahead and take a look around the farm. So directly behind me here, we have a sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Across the way over here, we have a fuel tank, a little purchase point, and supply point. Tucked away in here, we have a repair trigger. Around this side, directly in front of me, we have a chicken pasture. And this is a map where you can have the new animals. So you can see we have chicks, chickens, ducklings, and ducks. And it's just like that on all the pens and pastures here. Now, there was one mention here, and I'm going to test it very quickly. In the description, it says, only custom animal husbandries work from ModHub. So let's do something really quick. Let's go ahead and go under animals. And, ooh, you know what? I don't have anything loaded for... That's right. So I can't test that. Maybe I'll reload it if I remember and do a quick test on the back end. Right here we got the input for feed and output for eggs. Tucked away over here, open this fence. We have a greenhouse. Just a normal basic greenhouse, nothing special about this one. Now, tucked away all the way over here, we got tons and tons of storage on this farm. You can see a lot of equipment tucked away in here. Got a couple of bunker silos directly in front of me. Nice covered bunks right here. More of our equipment in the back. A cow barn right here where we have room for 500 cows. Oh, you know what? I didn't mention how many chickens that held. Let me look at my notes. 30 chickens will be held in that chicken pasture. 500 cows will be held in here. You have your slurry output here. If you put in straw, you have your manure heap right here. Your feed and your straw, I believe, go right in here. And then right here is our output for our milk. And now tucked around the backside here, we have our silo. And right here, we have a liquid fertilizer silo. And that is everything around the starting farm. Oh, I almost forgot. Water point right here. Almost forgot about that. That is now everything around the farm. Let's start making our way around. So right on the front of the property here, we have a pickup truck. We're going to grab it and start making our way around. Pull out the driveway here and make a right. And it is a very lovely drive. We've got these little narrow roadways, these little lanes. And if you're going like me and you're going fast, trying to get from place to place, if you drive off these lanes even a little bit, it gets very bumpy very quickly and very easy to kind of lose control if you're not staying right on the path here. So just be careful. So here we're going to make a left and head down here. To the first point of interest, which is right here. Make a left. And then tucked around the backside here, we have the garden center sell point right there. And then tucked around the back here, there's a little bit of an issue. And it's not a big deal or anything. It's just kind of a naming issue. So this is, according to the screen, or the map, it's called the Buckland Bulks Buy Point. And this is a place where you can go to buy seeds, fertilizer, things like that. But if we take a look at the map real quick, take a look and see what we've seen so far. So we started here on the farm, made our way and saw all the kind of bits and pieces there. Came out the main driveway, all the way down here, out to here, and we saw the garden center, and now Buckland Bulks. But if we take a look at the prices per 1,000, we take a look at something like, look, right there. Seeds, perfect example. It's titled Better Earth Products. There is no Buckland Bulks anywhere in the station's list here. But if you come here and tag it, nope, wrong one. You'll see it's tagging this place. So if you're looking for Better Earth Products or Buckland Bulk, just know that that's kind of the disconnect there. So they are one and the same, it's just incorrectly named. Now we'll head out the drive, continue out to the left. Here, gonna make a right. Now, one thing I want to point out that I actually really like, I really enjoy, because we don't use up the entire 2x by 2x portion of the map. If we take a look at what I'm talking about here, the 2x is this entire kind of square that you get here. But you don't use up chunks of the bottom here. So we're not using up this area here, this area over here, and this small little corner over here. But because we're not using it, you get the kind of high definition perimeter that you would still get if you were actually using the map. But to keep you from going out there, they threw in this little trailer right in front of the gate. I think that was just a nice little touch. Just something small like that, but really kind of a good use of a barricade. And now we open this gate, and directly in front of me is the animal dealer. Now, you come to this location if you want to purchase animals for your pens and pastures. You can also use the same icon at the pens and pastures to purchase your animals from there. Now, here's the problem though. If you use this icon here directly or the icon at the pens and pastures, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee from the animal dealer to wherever your pen and pasture is located. Now, you can save that fee by bringing an animal trailer to this location specifically. Load the animals directly into the trailer and then deliver them yourself. You will save that money for the additional delivery fee. Now, for an adult cow, it is $100 per adult cow. So if we go in here, we look at our cow barn here, we look at an adult cow, you can see $100 per adult cow, $65 for an adult bull, and it just ranges varied based on what size of animal you're getting. So it can add up very quickly. Your cow barn holds 500 cows. At $100 a pop, that adds up really, really quickly. So bring a trailer here, either leased or owned, you're good to go. Now let's go ahead and make a U-turn and head out of here. We got to do a little bit of backtracking. There we go. So we're going to follow this lane past the buy point and sell point that we come across right up here. Past the road that we came to get onto this specific lane. And now, coming up here on the right is the next point of interest. So come over here. Right there is the straw and hay sell point. And if we come around the backside here, we open this gate here. Come down over here. We have another pasture. This is our sheep pasture. You have room for 100 sheep here. And again, the new animals, you can do lambs, sheep, or rams, or goats, which is really awesome. Absolutely love that. But you can see way over here, you've got your feed trigger there, your water trigger there. I have yet to find where the wool... Oh, there it is. I guess I should have gone into overview first. But there is your wool spawn point right there. Now, I will say you do not own this land right here. You do have access to it, but if we take a look, we are right over here. We were here at the garden center, came all the way down to the animal dealer, back around over to the straw and hay sell point, and then up to the area, sheep pasture here. Now, you can purchase this. You don't have to. Farmland number 42 for $107,688. And then you have access to be able to mow the grass and do things like that. But right now you only have access to animals. That's it. So now let's hop back in the truck. Turn around. And head to the next point of interest. Here we're going to make a right. And here, this is farm number 2. This is the horse farm. Now, if we take a look at the map, we came out this driveway here, all the way over to here. Now we can purchase farmland number 12 for $516,312, and that will get us the farm. Now I need to go ahead and borrow a whole bunch of money, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to get out the maximum, which I think you can do up to $715,000. Oh, 765,000. There we go. Now, if we purchase farmland number 12, you'll see the horse barn pops up, where we have room for 8 horses. Oh, it's going to open the door. There we go. Feed trigger right here. You can also put in straw. You would have to put down a manure pit in order to get manure. And that's it. That's pretty much the farm. You get a little bit of storage, but you don't get much else. So we're going to follow this road back. Tucked away back here, we have a gate. And we're going to pass through this little field right here. Even though I normally don't do this. I normally don't cut through fields and stuff like that. This is a little grass field, but it is the most direct route to kind of do the tour on. So that's what we're going to do here. So coming in from this side, we start to kind of come into town right here. And this is the biogas plant. You already own the biogas plant, as you can see here. You have your solid inputs here, liquid inputs here, liquid output right here, aka your digestate, and you have another output right over there. And you do have a little bunk for your bunker silo right there. Heading, oh, hey, there's a car. Heading right here. Open this gate. So here we have the Buckland Grains sell point directly in front of me. And then again, this one is in the other part of the misnamed items. This is another buy point. This is called Buckland's Bulk according to the map, but according to the price per 1,000, this is the other Better Earth products. So that's, 1 and 2. This is, as you can see, Better Earth products, but if we look at the map, we were here at the horse farm, came up, cut through this field, connected to this road, went to the biogas plant, and now we are here, and if I could, there we go, Buckland Bulks. So, again, little issue here, but not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and deactivate the halo. There we go, perfect. And now we're going to head down the road to right here, where we have the shop trigger right here. Whoops. And the repair trigger right there. Now we'll continue to head down. And tucked away back here, we have the Buckland Inn sell point. And now we're approaching the last farm. Here to my right, this is the pig farm. Now, if we take a look at the map, we were here at the Buckland Bulks and the Buckland Grains, went up to the shop trigger, repair trigger here, went over to the Buckland Inn sell point, and now we are here, farmland number 40. If we purchase it for $42,696, you'll see the pigsty pops up. Let's go ahead and come over here. Open the gate. Got a fuel tank right here. And over here, we have the pigsty. Room for 120 pigs. And we have their slurry output right here. And we have the feed input right there. And now we have one more point of interest. So we're going to follow this road. You see your main starting farm off to the right over there. And up here, we're going to make a left. And then tucked away back here is the sawmill. You can purchase the sawmill for $100,000. Output is right here. Wood chip output is here. Input is here with a wood cell trigger there. And that is it. That is Buckland Farm. Now it is time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale, as usual. I am just going to come right out and say it, not even beat around the bush. I love this map. This is a fantastic map. Number one, first and foremost, and I think one of the most obvious, is the use of the new animals that's available for all platforms. Absolutely love that. Any map that throws that in there is automatically, a cut above a lot of the others, because it adds that extra dynamic to the animals, which is amazing. Amazing. You actually get aging animals. You start as babies, they grow into in case of cows, they grow into mid-age and then adults, and you can actually see them as they progress into their various age groups. Okay, so looking at the map itself, outside the animals, it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. The color palette, spectacular. I absolutely love the way that this map looks. The use of flowers in areas like this makes 100% sense. This looks like something that somebody actually planted, makes it look, unnatural, but natural for the location. You don't see the smattering of colors all throughout the map. You only see these kind of wild weeds and wild grass all around. The town here is absolutely stunning. Like, this just looks gorgeous. I'm going to pan out just so we can see a little bit more of it. But the town is just, it's not a huge town, but that's okay. And you've got so many different things going on. You've got building sites. You've got like little trailer parks right off, like campgrounds, all that. You've got what look to be like townhouses. Just so much going on in this little town in just such a small area. And then you've got the really busy, I like how they did this. Now, what I don't really care for, I like how that they added in all these very high textured bits of equipment here, and they are your equipment, but they're not accessible by you. So they are here, but you can't use them. So which means if they're there, they're taking up spaces in slots. But 1,270 slots out of 4,400 for the latest gen consoles, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now, that would be pushing it for the PS4s and Xbox Ones, but that's kind of a bummer on that end. But not the end of the road for the latest gen consoles. But then you come out to the kind of countryside, and the countryside is just breathtaking at times. It's got gentle rolling hills, but it's enough to really kind of give you that very country feel. You get these really kind of old buildings that are just out in the middle of nowhere. These old, what look to be homes that are just no longer in use, just in disrepair. Like, just things like this, these little details like this. Again, anybody who follows the channel knows that I am a details person. If you add in, details onto a map, it just helps to set it apart from anything else. Again, you do get some bits of color depending on where you're at, but again, this seems more natural to me because this would be a field that is naturally mowed and used for various bits. At least you would assume that this is mowed, and that the most outer bits where the hedges are at its tallest would be the least likely to be mowed or touched upon. So that would be the place where you would see wildflowers and bits like that. Same thing with here. You would see wildflowers out in the middle of nowhere where there's not a lot of traffic and things like that. So this makes sense to me. It's just, there's a lot of little details that are really kind of prevalent throughout the entirety of the map. And as we continue to go down to the southern portion of the map, you see how the kind of progression of the topography really kind of gets a little bit more aggressive. a lot more undulations, dips and sways and whatnot. And it's really nice. This is just a fantastic example. So, with everything said and done, the animals, uh, the animals, the uh, color palette, the undulations, the shapes of the fields. When everything's said and done, everything's kind of accounted for, and the main starting farm. That's the other part I meant to mention. The main starting farm, I really like how the layout is. There's plenty of storage. It's relatively open, especially for a European style farm map. You actually get a really decent sized starting farm, starting yard. Things are not tightly like penned in to themselves like a lot of starting farms would be in a European style map, or at least a UK style map. Um, this one's actually got some room. You got some room to grow and be able to like not run into every little nook and cranny of the farm. It's nice. It's really nice. Um, yeah, so when everything's said and done, I'm going to give this a 5. I absolutely love this map. I just love it. This is fantastic. And you've got room to grow. You've got, bits that you can, you know, that you can add to. Now, the one thing that kind of I wasn't 100% certain of was this building back here. It almost looks like this is supposed to be some kind of animal barn, but there's nothing here. So it just kind of seemed off, like this building back here. It's nothing you can click on. There's nothing you can do with it. It almost looked like there was supposed to be something back here, but just didn't make it, or it was left out. I don't know. Maybe I'm over examining things, but that's just how it felt. But everything's accounted for because we're supposed to have at our starting farm. According to the description, we're supposed to have the cows, sheep, and goats, or cows, sheep, goats, which we have. We have cows. We have chickens as well, which isn't listed. So you can see we have chickens here, we have the cows here, and then we have sheep and goats down here. So yeah, everything's accounted for. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, that building seemed odd, but not a big deal. At the end of the day, this is a gorgeous map. I love all the odds and ends just kind of strewn about the farm. It makes it look lived in and used, and just really kind of just active, really active. And yeah, that's I gotta give this a 5. I've got to give it a 5. I absolutely adore it. There's going to be tons of grass work. There's going to be a bit of field work. You get a really decent sized starting field here, which again, I'm not really used to seeing in a lot of European UK style maps. This is actually a really decent sized field. I think the only other field I can think of, or other map that is kind of similar in nature with the size of the fields, which that one's significantly larger, is Buckland Farm. That one there, the fields are massive, but the yard is really constricted, really like hemmed in. This one isn't, and I like that. I like being able to kind of have the room to breathe. So yeah, it's nice. So that is what I think about this map. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. How's it going, everybody? Post-recording Dave here. Completely forgot until after the sign-off. I meant to come back in here to look at two things. Firstly, because I loaded in the premium expansion, as you can see here, I meant to show that they are indeed able to be sold on the map. So we scroll down. Where? I have a whole bunch of stuff loaded in now. Aha, here we go. So you can sell these items here. So Buckland Grains, Buckland Inn can all be sold for the various premium expansion stuff. I also wanted to show this under the build menu, you should be able to use the modified pens and pastures. You cannot use base game. So hopefully if I load in, let's see, this here, throw that there. Now if I come over here, oh, don't have enough money. There we go. So you can see we do have the ability to use the modified pens and pastures from the mod hub. We just cannot use the base game. So similar to the video I did for Bally Springs in regards to the additional informations video that I sent out, that's how this one's going to work. So you can use the pens and pastures that are already loaded into the map, or you can use ones that you get from the mod hub. You cannot use Giants base game. So that is what I wanted to show real quick. So I hope you enjoyed the tour and this post add-on. If you did, show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. This shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.